What if I told you that a master had to raise his fist against his own student, not out of hatred, not out of rivalry, but because destiny demanded it? Can you imagine the weight of that choice? Training someone since childhood, teaching every technique, every movement, every ancestral secret, watching that child grow, break limits, become a knight worthy of the golden armor, and then, decades later, having to face him as an enemy. This happened. And it happened in the century Shion of Aries and Mu of Aries. The master and the student, two of the most powerful knights to ever wear golden armor, two Lemurians with abilities that few in the universe can comprehend. When the holy war against Hades began, everything changed. Shion was resurrected. He came back from the dead alongside other gold knights who had fallen in previous battles, but he didn't come back as an ally. He came back wearing the black surplice, serving Hades, and his first mission, invade the sanctuary. Now, stop for a second. Put yourself in Mu's place. You're defending the sacred place your master taught you to protect, the sanctuary that's practically your home. And then you feel a familiar cosmo energy approaching, an energy you've known forever. The energy of the man who raised you, who shaped you, who transformed you into the knight you are. And he's coming as an enemy. What do you do? Mu did what any true knight would do. He faced him. But don't think it was easy. Don't think Mu simply raised his hand and attacked without hesitation. Every blow he dealt against Shion hurt him too, because it wasn't just a physical fight. It was a clash of memories, of gratitude, of filial love against a knight's duty. Shion wasn't there by his own will either. He was forced to serve Hades. His soul was imprisoned, manipulated. But even so, even knowing that deep down, Mu had to fight because the sanctuary depended on him, Athena depended on him. You know what makes this fight so devastating? They both knew exactly what the other was going to do. Shion taught everything to Mu, every technique, every defense, every opening. Mu knew his master's fighting style like he knew his own breathing, and Shion knew his student's limitations and strengths better than anyone. It was like playing chess against yourself. Every move was predictable. Every counterattack was expected. The Stardust Revolution, the crystal wall. Techniques Shion mastered centuries ago being used against their own creator, and Shion, even while controlled by Hades, recognized in every one of Mu's strikes the perfection of what he had taught. There's a moment in this battle that still gives me chills to this day, when Shen looks at Mu and, for a second, just 1 second, you see pride in his eyes, pride in seeing how much Mu had evolved, how strong he had become, how much he had honored everything he learned. And that pride hurts even more because it shows that, deep down, Shion never wanted this. Never wanted to fight his student. Never wanted to return as an enemy of the sanctuary he himself protected as Grand Master for over 200 years. Mu felt it. Felt his master's pain through the blows. Felt the unspoken message behind every attack. Defeat me, Mu. Do what needs to be done. And here's the cruelest tragedy of all. Mu couldn't simply win. Because winning meant destroying the body that housed his master's soul. It meant, in a way, killing Shion again. After centuries hoping to see him again, Mu would have to be responsible for his fall. Think about that for a moment. How many nights must Mu have spent in the sanctuary, looking at the stars, remembering Shion's teachings? How many times must he have wished he could talk to his master one more time? ask for advice, share his struggles, show him how much he had grown, and when he finally got that chance, it was on a battlefield, with black and golden armors colliding, with cosmos clashing in explosions that echoed through the sanctuary. The irony is brutal. Lemurians are known as armor restorers. They fix what's broken. They repair what's damaged. And there were two Lemurians destroying each other. But what this fight also reveals? The greatness of both. Shin, even while controlled, fought with honor. He didn't use dirty tricks. He didn't try to manipulate Mu emotionally beyond what was necessary. He respected his student as a worthy adversary, as an equal. And Mu showed he had absorbed more than technique. He had absorbed the essence of what it means to be a knight of Athena. The determination, the courage, the ability to do what's right even when your heart is shattering. Some people watch this scene and just see a fight, two guys in armor exchanging blows. But if you look closely, you see a love story of respect, of legacy. Shion spent decades preparing Mu to protect the sanctuary. And there, in that moment, Mu was doing exactly that. He was honoring everything he learned. He was being the knight Shin always knew he could be. A master's greatest victory is being surpassed by their student. And maybe, just maybe, deep in Shin's imprisoned consciousness, there was peace in knowing the sanctuary was in good hands, that Mu would be capable of continuing the legacy, that everything he taught wasn't in vain. The resurrected knights eventually had their souls freed. Shion and the others could rest in peace again. But that battle, those minutes of master against student, remained marked forever. Mu never forgot. He could never forget, because that wasn't just a fight. It was a farewell. It was the last lesson Shin ever gave him. Sometimes Mu duty will ask impossible things of you. It will ask you to fight against those you love. It will ask you to choose between your heart and your mission. And when that moment comes, you need to be strong enough to do what's right, even if it destroys you inside. Mu learned that lesson in the most painful way possible. And that's why this scene is so powerful, because it transcends the action, transcends the special attacks and cosmos explosions. It speaks about something universal, about what it means to grow, about what it means to honor those who shaped you, about the weight of choices that define who we are. Shion of Aries against Mu of Aries, the master against the student, a battle neither of them wanted, but both needed to fight. And you, if you were in Mu's place, would you have been able to raise your fists against the one who taught you everything you know,